Hello students, welcome to Kanakiyal Thundal. In this video, we are going to discuss TN State Board Class 11 Maths Exercise 1.1 solutions. Question number 1. The question is, write the following in roster form. We have 4 subdivisions. First subdivision, set of all natural numbers such that x square is less than 121 and x is a prime number. So if we take natural number starts from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. it will go. And that number should be a prime, as well as if you square that number, it should be less than 121. So the set can be, let me name this set as A. The set can be 1 is neither prime nor composite, so 1 we can't take. If we take 2, 2 is a natural number. 2 square is less than 121. 2 square is 4 actually, and 2 is a prime number as well. So then 3. So 3 is a prime number, 3 square is 9, which is less than 121, and 3 is also a natural number. And we can't write 4 because 4 is not a prime number. Even though 4 square is less than 121, 4 we can't include in this set. And 5, then 7. We can't include 11, even though it is a prime number. Its square, 11 square is 121. But our square should be less than 121. So the first set is 2, 3, 5, 7. And second subdivision, the set of all positive roots of the equation x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1 multiplied by x square minus 1 is equal to 0. So if I take that equation and if I simplify, I'll get x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 1. So if I use a square minus b square formula for x square minus 1, I'll get x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 is equal to 0. So if I combine these things, I'll get x minus 1 the whole square multiplied by x plus 1 the whole square is equal to 0. So solving this, x can be minus 1 or x can be plus 1. So the set of all positive roots of this equation, positive solutions of this equation, we have only one solution like that, x is equal to 1. So this set, let me name this set as B. So B is singleton 1. And third subdivision, set of all natural numbers such that 4x plus 9 is less than 52. So if I take that condition, 4x plus 9 is less than 52, I'll get 4x is less than 52 minus 9, which is 43. So x should be less than 10.75. So the set of all natural numbers which are lesser than 10.75 are 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 10. And fourth subdivision, set of all x such that x minus 4 divided by x plus 2 is equal to 3. So this is a simple equation. If I solve this, I'll get x minus 4 divided by x plus 2 is equal to 3. So we are assuming that x is not equal to minus 2. X belongs to set of all real numbers omitting minus 2. So x can't be minus 2. So x plus 2 is a non-zero number. So we can multiply by the non-zero number on both the sides. So if I multiply on the left hand side, I'll get x minus 4, and in the right hand side 3 times x plus 2. So x minus 4 is equal to 3x plus 6. So solving this, I'll get x is equal to minus 5. So if I shift this minus x to the right hand side, I'll get 2x is equal to minus 10, which will lead us to x is equal to minus 5. So this set, let me write this as D. So D is singleton minus 5. Question number 2. Write the set minus 1 comma plus 1 in set builder form. So what do we mean by set builder form? So writing any set, let A be the set in such a way that set of all elements x followed by a condition for an element to satisfy to be in this set. So we have to find a condition which only can be satisfied by these two numbers minus 1 and plus 1. So let me write that condition as set of all x such that x square is equal to 1. So this is one of the conditions. So I can write another condition also, like set of all x such that x is a real number and distance of that number from 0. Modulus of x minus 0 is nothing but distance of the number x from 0 is 1. So if I draw this condition, so here will be 0. So if you take, we have two directions here. So if I take minus 1 and plus 1, those two numbers, these two distances are 1. So minus 1 and plus 1 are the two numbers which can satisfy this condition. So set of all x such that x belongs to real numbers and modulus of x minus 0 should be equal to 1. So like this we can give many conditions. So these two are the common things which we are going to discuss. Then question number 3. State whether the following sets are finite or infinite. So what do we mean by finite or infinite? Finite set is nothing but a set which has finite number of elements. So if the number of elements of a set is finite, then the set is called finite set. On the other hand, if a set has infinitely many elements, then it is an infinite set. So first subdivision, set of all natural numbers such that x is an even prime number. So we know that the only even prime number is 2. So if we take any other even number, we will be having at least 3 factors, which are 1 and 2 because it is an even number, and the number itself. So if I take 10, we will be having 1 and the number. Apart from these two, 2. So these are the actually we have one more factor which is 5, but what I'm coming to tell is anyhow we will be having at least 3 factors which are 1, 2 and the number itself. So we have only one even prime number which is 2. So the first set is singleton 2, hence it is a finite set. It is a finite set as it has only one element which is finite. It has finite number of elements. And the second one, set of all natural numbers such that x is an odd prime number. So if we take odd prime numbers, it will start from 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. So this set has infinitely many elements. So this is an infinite set. This is an infinite set. And third subdivision, set of all integers such that x is even and less than 10. So we can't simply tell 2, 4, 6, 8 are the numbers, hence it is finite set. That is absolutely wrong. Set of all integers. So we have negative integers as well. So the numbers are 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, minus 2, minus 4, etc. In the negative direction, it will go. So it has infinitely many elements. Therefore, this set is also an infinite set. And fourth subdivision, set of all real numbers such that x is a rational number. So if we take real numbers as a collection like this, suppose this is a real number, then some of the numbers are rational, which I will write as q, and some of the numbers are irrational, qc, complement of q. So x, set of all rational number, set of all real numbers such that x is a rational number. So this set is nothing but the set of all x, such that x can be written in the form p by q, where p and q are integers, and q is not equal to 0. So we can say infinitely many numbers like this, 1 by 2, 5 by 7, minus 18 by 12, so etc. Like this we can tell infinitely many numbers. So this set contains infinitely many elements, hence this set is also an infinite set. And fifth subdivision, set of all natural numbers such that x is a rational number. So if we take any natural number, if I take some 5, so 5 can be written as 5 by 1. So if I take any natural number starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So if I take any number from this collection, that number can be written as that number by 1. So if I take any random number a, that number can be written as a by 1, which is a rational form. So all the natural numbers are rational numbers. So this set is simply the set E. So this set is simply set of all natural numbers, which is nothing but 1, 2, 3, etc. So this set is also an infinite set, as it contains infinitely many elements. We have no end here, no? So this set is also an infinite set. Question number 4. The question is, by taking suitable sets A, B, C, verify the following results. So by taking some suitable sets, we have to verify all these results. So let me take my universal set as, so why I have to write universal set here is, we have some terms B complement. So if we are discussing about complement, we definitely need an universal set. So that's why I am writing universal set here. So let the set be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these 9 elements are universal set. So let me take yes, A, B, C, D, and B as D, E, F, G, H, and C is A, E, I. So let us discuss first subdivision. A cross B intersection C is equal to A cross B intersection A cross C. So let me find B intersection C first. So B intersection C is nothing but, intersection is nothing but the common elements for both the sets. So the common elements for both the sets B and C are E. We have only one element in common. So B intersection C is E. Now if I take A cross B intersection C. So A cross B intersection C, A is nothing but A, B, C, D cross E. So what do we mean by Cartesian product of two sets? Nothing but the collection of elements which are of the form something comma something, where the first element belongs to the first set and the second element belongs to the second set, like A comma E, B comma E, C comma E, and finally D comma E. So let it be equation 1. And right hand side, A cross B intersection A cross C. So for that, let me find A cross B first. A cross B. A cross B is nothing but A, B, C, D cross Cartesian product D, E, F, G, H. So if I take Cartesian product for these two sets, I'll get A comma D, A comma E, A comma F, A comma G, and A comma H. Similarly for B, B comma D, B comma E, B comma F, and finally the last element will be D comma H. So anyhow we'll be having A comma E there, and B comma E, all these things in between. The final element will be D comma H. So it will have some 1, 2, 3, 4, and the second set has 5. 5 for 20 elements will be there. 20 elements. And if I write A cross C, A cross C is nothing but A, B, C, D cross C is nothing but A, E, I. So similarly, this Cartesian product will contain the elements A comma A comma E, A comma I, etc. Finally, we will be having D comma I. So here we'll be having 3 4s are 12 elements. But if we take intersection for these two things, A cross B, A cross B intersection A cross C. So definitely we'll be having A comma E here and A comma E here as well. So I have one element in common. I have found one element in common, which is nothing but A comma E. So again B comma E will be in the first and B comma E will be in the second. So I found one more common element B comma E. So again we have one more element C comma E as well and D comma E. So we don't have any other elements in common for these two sets A cross B and A cross C. So let me write this as equation 2. So from 1 and 2, as the right hand sides are equal, we can equate the left hand sides. So A cross B intersection C is nothing but A cross B intersection A cross C. So similar things can be verified for the other subdivisions as well. And let me leave second subdivision and third subdivision as your own work, and we'll start fourth subdivision because it has some subtraction, all these things. Okay, fourth subdivision, fourth one. So fourth one, what we have to check is C minus B minus A. So let me write the question C minus B minus A. Set difference, that is nothing but set difference B difference A is equal to C intersection A union C intersection B dash. So let me find the left hand side. The set C is A E I minus what is B minus A? So B minus A is nothing but set difference. Set difference B minus A is nothing but set of all x such that x is an element of B and x is not an element of A. So we need to omit all the elements of B which are in A. We have to write the remaining elements alone. So if I consider B and A, so in B and A we have D here and D here as well. So if I take E, it is not in A, and F, G, H, all these four elements are not in A. We no need to worry about the elements A, B, C, because set difference is nothing but set of all elements in B but not in A. We are not going to write the remaining elements in A. We are going to write the elements in B alone. So E, F, G, H is the set here. So E, F, G, H. So if I take set difference for these two sets, I have E here and E here as well. So if I cancel out that, I'll get A and I. Again, we no need to worry about the remaining elements in the second set. We have to write the remaining elements in the first set only. So this is nothing but A comma I. So let me calculate the right hand side. C intersection A. So the intersection of C and A. So we have intersection for C and A. A is the only element common for both A and C. So intersection of A and C. A intersection C is nothing but singleton A union C intersection B dash. What is B dash? B dash is nothing but the set of all elements which are in the universal set but not in B, U minus B, which are A, B, C and D, E, F, G, H we have, and finally I. So A, B, C, I is nothing but A, B, C, I, which is A, B, C, I. So if I take union for these two. So if I take intersection for, let me write a bracket here. So this is B dash intersection C, which is AEI. AEI will have A here, union, intersection for these two sets. The common elements for these two sets are A and I. So if I take union for these two sets, if I take union for these two sets, it will be A comma I. So let this be equation 3 and let this be equation 4. So from 3 comma 4 we have C minus B minus A is equal to C intersection A union C intersection B. Okay, fine. Similarly, we can check the other two subdivisions, which are fifth one and sixth one. Then question number 5. Justify the trueness of the statement. An element of a set can never be a subset of itself. So let me explain this question. Subset is a relation which relates two sets. Like A is a subset of B, and element or belongs to. So belongs to is a relation which relates an element and a set. So in general, this statement seems true, but let me illustrate this situation using an example. Let A be a set which contains two elements which are A and the singleton set A. So listen carefully, students. In this set we have two elements. This is our first element and this is our second element. So here a set itself is an element of the set A. So let me write the belongs to relationship. So A is an element of our set. So A belongs to capital A, and singleton A, this set is also an element of set A. So singleton A belongs to our set capital A. So let me write the subsets of A. So subsets of A are empty set. So empty set is a subset of any set, and singleton A for this A, singleton A, and for the second element we have to include that within curly braces. So second element is set A, I am going to include that within another set of curly braces. So curly braces of curly braces A, and the set itself. The set is nothing but A comma singleton A. So these are the four subsets of our set A. So if we observe this carefully, singleton A is an element of our set as well as a subset of our set A. So what can I conclude here? Singleton A is an element of our set capital A, and it is also a subset of our set A. So in this case, this element is a subset of the set. So this statement, an element of a set can never be a subset of itself, is a false statement. In some cases like this statement can be true. In some other cases, the statement can be false as well. Then next question. Question number 6. If n of P of A is equal to 1024 and n of A union B is equal to 15 and n of P of B, power set of B, is equal to 32, we need to find the number of elements in the intersection of those two sets A and B. So we know that we know that if n of a is equal to some m number of elements in the set a is m, then the number of elements in the power set is nothing but the set of all subsets. So the number of subsets of the set A will be 2 power m. So applying that condition here, n of power set of A is equal to 1024, that is 2 to the power n of A. 2 to the power n of A is equal to 1024, and n of A is nothing but actually 2 to the power n of A is equal to 1024 is nothing but 2 to the power 10. So n of A is 10 here. Similarly, n of P of B is equal to 32. So n of P of B is nothing but 2 to the power n of B is equal to 32 is 2 to the power 5. So n of B is 5. So A has 10 elements, B has 5 elements. And one more thing is given in the question, n of A union B is equal to 15. So now we have an equation which relates n of A, n of B, n of A union B and n of A intersection B, which is nothing but n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So substituting all these values, we knew already. N of A union B is equal to 15, n of A is equal to 10 plus 5 minus n of A intersection B. So if I shift that n of A intersection B to the left hand side, and 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 minus 15, which is 0. So we don't have any elements in common for these two sets A and B. Next, question number 7. The question is, if n of A intersection B is equal to 3 and n of A union B is equal to 10, then find n of the power set of A symmetric difference B. So what is this A delta B? Which is nothing but A difference B, set difference of A and B, union B set difference A minus B, union B minus C. So if I illustrate this using Venn diagram, this set, let this set be A and let this set be B. So A minus B will be these portions, and B minus A will be this. So if I take union for these two sets, so the whatever the region I shaded here is nothing but A symmetric difference B, and I can rewrite this as A union B symmetric difference, set difference A intersection B. So we have to subtract all those elements, or we need to omit all those elements of intersection, their intersection from their union, which will give us A symmetric difference B. So therefore number of elements in A symmetric difference B is nothing but number of elements in A union B minus number of elements in A intersection B. So A union B, in A union B we have 10 elements, so 10 minus 3, which is 7. Now number of elements in some set is 7. We have to find the number of elements in its power set, that is the number of subsets of that particular set, which will be 2 power that number of elements. So number of elements in the power set of A symmetric difference B is nothing but 2 to the power number of elements in A symmetric difference B, which is nothing but 2 to the power 7. So 2 to the power 7 is 64 multiplied by 2, which is 128. Then question number 8. The question is, for a set A cross A contains 16 elements and two of its elements are 1, 3 and 0, 2. Find the elements of A. So we know that number of elements in the Cartesian product of two sets n of A cross B is nothing but n of A multiplied by n of B. So let's say some A has 3 elements and B has 2 elements. So A cross B will have 6 elements. For each element in A will be having that thing comma the element in B. So something comma something like this will be having 6 elements in total. So for this case, number of elements in the Cartesian product of A and A. Now n of A cross A is nothing but n of A multiplied by n of A. So this we have 16 here, n of A the whole square. N of A is basically a particular number, no? N of A is a natural number. So a natural number multiplied by the same number is that number square. So n of A the whole square. So this will give us n of A is equal to 4. So A has 4 elements. And again, from the definition of Cartesian product, A cross B is nothing but the set of all elements of the form A comma B such that A, the first element, is an element of first set and the second element B is an element of the second set. So such that A belongs to A and B belongs to B. So if I consider this 1, 3, because 1, 3 is an element of A cross A, so this will give us this 1 is an element of our first set and this 3 is one of the elements of the second set. Fortunately here both the sets are A, so from this we can tell 1 is an element of A and 3 is also an element of A. Similarly, for the second ordered pair which is given in the question 0, 2, it is also an element of A cross A. So this will imply as 0 is an element of A and 2 is an element of A as well. So here we found 4 elements 0, 1, 2, 3 are sum of the elements of set A. But fortunately A has only 4 elements, so we found all of them. So we can conclude that A is a set which contains the elements 0, 1, 2, 3. Then question number 9. The question is, let A and B be two sets such that n of A is equal to 3 and n of B is equal to 2. If x, 1, y, 2, z, 1 are in A cross B, then find A and B where x, y, z are distinct elements. So let me start this question from the definition of Cartesian product. Cartesian product of two sets A and B is nothing but the collection of all elements which are of the form A comma B such that A is an element of our set A and B, small b, is an element of our set B. So what we can conclude here is, if we have one ordered pair, something comma another thing, that something is an element of first set and the another thing is an element of second set. So as we have x, 1, y, 2 and z, 1 are the elements of A cross B. So from this, the first elements of the ordered pairs, are from our first set A and the second elements of our ordered pairs 1, 2, 1 are the elements of A, but we are not going to repeat the elements as a repetition of the elements in a set is not allowed. It's not significant actually. So 1 and 2 are the elements from set B. So fortunately we have n of a is equal to 3. So A will have only 3 elements which are x, y, z, and B will have 2 elements which are 1 and 2. So we can conclude that A is a set which contains the elements x, y, z, and they are distinct as well, and B is a set which contains the elements 1, 2. Question number 10. The question is, if A cross A has 16 elements and S is equal to set of all A comma B from A cross A such that A is less than B, that has the elements minus 1, 2 and 0, 1 are two of the elements, then we have to find the remaining elements of set S. First of all, number of elements in A cross A will be n of A multiplied by n of A. It's nothing but n of A the whole square. So here we have n of A cross A is 16. So this will imply as n of A is equal to 4. So A has 4 elements and A comma B belongs to A cross A will imply as the first element of our Cartesian product is from the first set and the second element is from our second set. So as minus 1, 2 and 0, 1 are from A cross A, because A cross A, if you collect sum of the elements from A cross A, that will form the set S. So anyhow, if S has an element, obviously that is from A cross A. S is a subset of A cross A here. So these two elements are from S and S is a subset of A cross A. So these two elements will be in A cross A as well. So this minus 1 and 0 are from our first set A. So minus 1 belongs to A and 0 belongs to A as well. So similarly, the second elements belongs to A as well, as the second set is A as well. So 2 is an element of A and 1 is an element of A. So combining these four things, I'll get A is a set which contains minus 1, 0, 1, 2. But S is nothing but the set of all ordered pairs A comma B from A cross A such that A is less than B. So if I take two numbers, let me draw the number line for these numbers first. Minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So if I take minus 1 comma minus 1, it will not be in the set S because it is not satisfying the condition A is less than B. Minus 1 is not less than minus 1. So minus 1 comma minus 1 will not be in the set S. So what I have to do? I have to check for other ordered pairs. Consider minus 1 comma 0. It is actually in this set because minus 1 is less than 0 and minus 1 comma 1, minus 1 comma 2. Anyhow, minus 1 comma 2 is in this set which is given in the question. We need to find the remaining elements only. Anyhow, I am going to write all the elements of set S. And so minus 1 is lesser than all the other three elements, but 0 comma minus 1 can't come. 0 is not less than minus 1. So 0 comma plus 1 will come and 0 comma 2 will come, and for 1 I have 1 comma 2. So totally S has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements, 6 ordered pairs, in which 2 of them are given in the question. So 2 of them, which are minus 1 comma 2 and 0 comma 1, are given in the question. Therefore remaining ordered pairs of S are minus 1 comma 0, minus 1 comma 1, 0 comma 2 and 1 comma 2. Okay students, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.